It's only been 1 day since my last video, but there's so much cooking in the Cosmos ecosystem. It's absolutely nuts. The fundamentals are just going one way, up only, and the price will sooner or later reflect that on the charts. And all you got to do is stay on top of the things, be fully plugged in, and not miss out on all the advancements and improvements that are happening in crypto. But let's do this one by one and actually start with the BTC inflows, because we had yet another major inflow yesterday, $252 million in net inflows on the Bitcoin spot ETF in the USA alone. And yesterday we actually saw Bitcoin cross $70,000 and Ethereum almost cross $4,000. But then we had a shakeout because there were news that are coming out about the Mt. Gox Bitcoin, the Mt. Gox BTC that got hacked many years ago. And they started moving yesterday, I think around 30,000 Bitcoin or some crazy number, $5-6 billion worth of BTC. So people are now scared, and that obviously held back the Bitcoin price yesterday. But I think that we're going to continue this positive bullish trajectory. Ethereum is eventually going to smash through $4,000, and that will ignite an altcoin season that we urgently deserve. And yeah, all these altcoins are still heavily underwater from their all-time highs. And the real fun only begins once we are seeing new price discovery and all of these altcoins really entering new heights, new price levels. But before we look into Cosmos, I want to briefly talk about Aleph Zero. I talked about it in a recent video, teasing the launch of their Ethereum bridge and also of Common, which is a native DEX on Aleph Zero. Both have just launched, and just to remind you, Aleph Zero is a substrate built layer 1 blockchain that's optimized for ZK privacy and also lightning fast. And Aleph Zero is also media partners here at Cryptocito. We've been in touch with them for around a year now, and they're one of the most hardcore builders and tech-oriented projects in all of crypto. And the Aleph Zero token price, the A0 token, has been one of the most impressive stablecoins throughout the past 2 years, to be honest. This has been absolutely flat sideways with this little pump here in 2022 to around $3. And ever since then, we've been hovering around the $1 mark, slightly below, slightly above, but right now we're at 80 cents. But the fundamentals are just getting better and better. And also now this entire retail ecosystem is coming to life. So CommonDex launched with a splash, already has $3 million in TVL, and also very interesting yield farming opportunities with juicy APRs. Then they also launched Most, which is their Ethereum bridge that is now live. And they also hosted an event with Telecom and friends, including Polkadot and also Fetch AI. And also, maybe some alpha here, they're launching Abax Finance, which is a lending protocol, and also Kintsu, which is a liquid staking provider. And I think those are missing pieces in the puzzle, in the A0 puzzle. Now we have a DEX finally that is also probably going to be the largest substrate-based DEX out there, because right now we don't really have a big one, a flagship DEX like we have Osmosis and Cosmos. We don't really have one that's from the substrate or the Polkadot Kusama world. So Aleph Zero might fill that gap. And Abax Finance could be the lending protocol, and Kintsu then the liquid staking protocol for A0. And the interesting thing for Kintsu is also that they are deploying on Monad. So Monad, also one of the most highly anticipated launches in crypto this year. And then also Aleph Zero, which is already fully in production. But yeah, definitely something for you to check out. Also remember, there is going to be an airdrop for A0 stakers and LPs. So go check out Common, also get a feeling for the UX and UI. And also check out some of these pools here that have decent APYs here, 130%, 60%, 56% on the stablecoin pair, which is very nice. And yeah, heavily incentivized by A0 and maybe also by CMN, right? Anyways, looking into the Cosmos ecosystem, we're seeing slight relief today across the board. And yesterday I said how bullish I felt, and I still feel beyond bullish, to be honest. We just went through a 3 months sideways chopping around, nothingness, people getting frustrated, airdrops not firing, nothing is sticking. We just went through this phase, so I don't really see how we would be in this phase for another 3 months, especially considering Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin halving, Ethereum ETF, political stage is now talking about crypto, all these events happening, right? I talked about consensus that is happening now. We also have Cosmos events, Osmosis, Cosmos Berlin just concluded. In July, we have Nebula Summit, which, by the way, you can get early bird tickets now for 39 euros. So this is all happening. I just don't see how we would be in this bearish mode for another 3 months. And today we're seeing slight relief. We also see some massive outperformers like TIA back above $10, 12% up today. Also, Sei Network, 55 cents now. We have some major news on that as well today. Akash Network, we also have some major news on that today, also up 2.5%. But yeah, the rest is also up. And the biggest winner of the day is actually Koreum, up 16%. Back around 11 cents. Now, that's all for that. Also great to see, by the way, Flix up 9%, almost back at 20 cents. So Flix also one that I really love. I really love the team. And I think one of the most underrated builders in all of crypto, and especially in Cosmos, also the core team that built StreamSwap, one of the best places to launch a token. Anyways, I told you how we have a lot of news to share, so let's get through it. Babylon, number one, Babylon chain, one of the most highly anticipated launches that is happening in Cosmos because it enables Bitcoin staking and truly is a game changer for unlocking Bitcoin security to also secure other chains. And Babylon itself is going to be a full-on Cosmos SDK blockchain. So that's an innovation made in Cosmos. And also, they are bringing a lot of this security, economic security into Cosmos. We already know that the Cosmos Hub is going to be the first one to deploy this. Then we also have Osmosis. We also have Persistence one that is all going to integrate Babylon, and then also build a whole BTC-Fi, Bitcoin Finance, which is going to be a massive narrative this year around it, right? We already know Lorenzo protocol, and there's many others that we're also going to be sharing. Maybe we can do a separate deep dive on the Babylon ecosystem because there are some more projects here. And Babylon has also just been listed as the hottest project in the space right now by this Korean news outlet. So very interesting to see that. In that context, Babylon Bitcoin staking testnet 4 is now live. You can also play around with that. There's also a faucet how you can get your Signet BTC. And yeah, I think mainnet is approaching. So mainnet is coming soon, and Babylon definitely is going to be one that will have a big splash. You can also delegate your SIG BTC to Sexito. We're also one of the finality providers here and validators on the Babylon network, and very excited to be part of that journey. That's Babylon. Now we also have some news from Mantra. Mantra is currently at consensus, and they might have some major announcements there. I don't personally know what they're going to announce, but they made this teaser video here, which might indicate that they're going to share some news and alpha around their launch. Remember that Mantra already has a token that's live, the OM token, that has a $700 million market cap. And this is going to soon be migrating on its own Cosmos app chain, its own Cosmos layer 1 blockchain. So Mantra has already announced that. Now we're just waiting for news when this is actually happening. And we also might have some major news to share around Cosmoverse with Mantra chain as well. And tokenization RWA is definitely also going to be a major narrative in this bull run, alongside CK privacy, alongside Bitcoin and BTC-Fi, alongside restaking. And also, I guess metaverse and NFTs are going to have a huge revival. Same for gaming. I think there's also one that's currently cold right now, but it's going to wake up anytime soon. Then we also have some updates from Dymension. The rollup framework that's using Celestia for data availability is now ready to deploy the second rollup with Mande Network. And Mande Network is also a ZK privacy enabled on-chain credibility hub that is now ready to launch. And they're also going to launch with a 10% airdrop, 10% of the supply for Dime stakers. So that's another airdrop alongside the NIM airdrop that we just recently got. Monday is going to be the next in line. Then, like I said, we also have some major news from Akash Network. AKT is now available to purchase and trade on Revolut. This is actually major news, and this improves the accessibility, liquidity, awareness on AKT. We also had this Coinbase listing a couple of weeks ago. We have this Coinbase Learn and Earn platform, and we still don't have a Binance listing. So I think Binance is imminent, and AKT is going to be one of the biggest coins in Cosmos. It already is, but I think it's going to enter the top 40, top 30 in this cycle. I'm quite confident on that. And AKT is also actually now my largest position in my portfolio, actually by far, just because it outperformed massively and did a 25x from the 25 cents lows where I bought it. So yeah, AKT, very, very bullish, very excited. Greg and the team have done an amazing job. They pulled through. They were really like heads down building for 3 years straight in this absolute dry bear market. So they really, really deserve this. And yeah, those are really the people that you kind of want to bet on. Then we also have some news from Injective, another team that's been relentlessly hustling and building throughout the bear market. And I think actually in 2022 and then early 2022, like January, I did an interview both with Greg Ozuri from Akash and with Eric Chen from Injective, I think the same week or at least the same month. And it was between those two to kind of, place a bigger bet. I eventually went with Akash, but I did also buy an Injective INJ bag, but not as big as my Akash bag. But yeah, Injective has also been a huge, huge winner. Did a rally like Chainlink did in 2018, 2019, that was basically an altcoin that was in its own bull run for a long time, basically front running the entire altcoin season on its own. So Injective has done exactly that. And yeah, now they have massive traction, huge momentum. And yeah, they just integrated with Mercurio. This is going to bring significant enhancements to Injective's onboarding experience. And this is really what I'm talking about when I say that everything is improving: the liquidity, accessibility, the infrastructure, the application layer, the awareness, everything is improving, but nothing is sticking on the price, right? And I think Injective INJ is also going to be one of the big stars this bull run. They already are, but I think even more so moving forward. So INJ, also Injective Ninjas, very happy to see that Injective is progressing and advancing. Now, I talked about it a lot in recent weeks. Sei Network V2 is now live. Phase 1 is achieved. Now we are in phase 2, and Sei Network is going to be the first parallel EVM blockchain that is now open for builders and early adopters. So apparently, I'm not a developer, but apparently this is a game changer for EVM developers, because this is yet another chain that's innovated in Cosmos, right? Sei Network is a full-on Cosmos SDK chain, fully IBC compatible, and it's great to see that Sei is at the forefront of innovation here. And yeah, now it's all eyes on the next phases, the attraction and stickiness that this release is getting, and what are some of the builders and applications that are being deployed on Sei. And finally, we have some breaking alpha around Kinetix Finance, which is a DeFi hub that is residing on the Quasar chain. I'm also an advisor to Kinetix, so I've been in touch with them for the past 8-9 months, and it's very exciting to see that the Kai token is finally launching. Remember that there's also going to be an airdrop for the Cosmos community, including Celestia, Injective, and Atom and Osmo, and they announced their IDO now on EclipseFi, which is a IDO launchpad on Neutron. So this is going to be rolled out natively as an IDO on Neutron, and yeah, Kinetix has now evolved a lot from being a Quasar DeFi hub to an AI-powered DeFi hub that is multi-chain. They're also going to deploy on Base Chain, on Coinbase's Base Chain, and Kinetix managed to achieve around 12,000 users with $1.5 billion in volume, and without even a token, right? So that's strong product market fit right there. And yeah, Kai IDO is coming. You can find more information here on eclipsefi.io, and you'll find Kinetix listed right here. And finally, on a personal note, I have my next in-person interview, Shisha Sito, coming up with Charles, the CEO of the dYdX Foundation, to talk all things dYdX, Cosmos, Ethereum, user onboarding, everything, value accrue for dYdX. We're going to talk about all of that here in person. If you have any questions for Charles, then please leave them in the chat box or under this video as a comment. And that's it for today. I hope you are as bullish as I am. You're pulling through this phase, because I feel like we're at the end of this chopping around nothingness and bearishness, and we're entering the glory phase, at least the first part of the glory phase. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, stay safe and be good.